Today is a little bit of a sad day. I am getting rid of the S650. Which is a little bit too bad, but mostly because, well, I can't do anything with it. I was hoping that they would have tuning out a little bit sooner than what I think is going to happen. At the moment, I'm thinking it's going to be quite a bit longer than what everyone's expecting. I hope not, but you know, if tuning comes out later, I'll look into getting another one because I really do like this car. It is one of my most favorite cars that I've ever owned. So that's where the sadness comes in. However, it isn't that sad because while I am being an adult and having to get a more responsible vehicle for my family, I'm not going to be that responsible. While I am disappointed about getting rid of the Mustang, because like I said, this is one of my favorite cars that I've ever owned, I am looking forward to what's to come because it's tunable. And even though it is a family SUV, they are quite quick. I am talking about the Explorer ST. I am on my way now to go pick up a Rapid Red 2023. I've already got an Accessport on the way. And my goal is to see if I can get the Explorer to be as fast or maybe even a little bit faster than the Mustang without my wife really knowing that I've done anything to it. So honestly, I'm not sure what it's going to take exactly. I know I've seen guys running in the 11s with the Explorer, and I'm pretty sure they're doing them bone stock with just some ethanol and tuning. So I don't know, maybe we can get there. I do plan on some mods for sure, but we will be going through this process and we'll see if we can get it to where the Mustang was. At the moment, the Mustang's best that I've ran is a 1201 at like 118, but that was, apparently there's some kind of trans break-in on these or break-in tune because it short shifts really bad, and then after 1500 miles all of a sudden I'm getting the full revs out of it, and so I think I can do better. The road conditions aren't great at the moment. What's my DA? 889. My DA was much better when I did the 1201, but and the road conditions were also better. But it's 64 degrees, so it's not too warm, and I'm gonna go see what happens if we do a draggy pass and if we can get a decent time out of it. See, maybe we can get into the 11s on this closed drag course. Alright, let's put it in drag mode. And we're gonna do one touch off on the traction control because we are on an unprepped surface. We've got low fuel, so I'm at an ideal weight for this. No cars coming. No cars ahead. Well, I can almost guarantee that that would have been an 11.9 with the DA that I had before, because it was like minus 100 something, and I'm at like 880 right now. So the DA is not great, but the it is revving it out more. So trans definitely changes, or at least the trans shifts differently after about 1500 miles, which is kind of interesting. But anyways, I'm gonna miss this car. As you can see, there's quite a bit more space in this vehicle. Driving home from the dealership in the new Explorer ST. It's 2023. I like it so far. It is not a Mustang. It doesn't have that, like, ooh, I'm driving a Mustang, the V8 burble, all that stuff, but for what it is, I really like it. I really like the sport dash on this too. It's the digital dash. Again, like, it's never gonna be a Mustang, but I can tune this car and I can fit my entire family in it and go on road trips. My best time in the Mustang was a 1201, but it was like probably about 1,000 feet better DA on that one. We're gonna go do a little pull here, see if we can't get a little baseline for where we're at before we start tuning this car and getting it a little bit more powerful. At least that's the goal. So like this tuned versus the Mustang stock, I want this to be faster. That's kind of my goal. I would like to do it as subtly as possible and be able to tune the car and mod it in a way that my wife doesn't really notice that I did anything, because I want it to be comfortable, daily driven vehicle for her. Sport mode, the shifts are pretty crisp, but I'm pretty sure that I already feel a few things that I want to do transmission wise. All right, here we go. It is not quite as fast as the Mustang. I can already tell that. Fell off again. Oh, not bad. 14.0. I'm sure with like half a tank of gas, I could probably do like a 13.9. That's not bad, but it is a little bit, that means I've got some distance to make up. I got some ground to cover with tuning to get this thing down. I've seen plenty of these completely stock running in the mid-12s, so I'm sure that's possible. I have a feeling it's going to need some ethanol if I want to get it down to where the Mustang was. Get that going. We're going to load it up a little bit. I do think there's some kind of like factory launch control that these have, but I need to figure out how to use that. Oh, there it was. 1385. Okay, that's pretty good. For what this thing is, I mean, my goodness. I'll take it. I'll take that. That's a good starting place. 1385, and ooh, it's smoking out the back. I can see smoke. It's a brand new car, so there's a lot of new that's burning in. It had 22 miles when I picked it up, and now it has 88 miles. So we just broke it in real good right there with that pull. So I want a 12.0 or 11.9 out of it, and then before I do any mods. So at least that is my goal, and once I do that, that'll probably be broken down in a few different videos, but we'll see how it all kind of plays out in the editing. I'm just here to shoot videos and tune cars, so editing is not my job. Well guys, I am pretty excited with that. Going from the Mustang running a 12.1 to 12 flat range, really I've seen them do high 11s too on the right day. I'm sure it would do high 11s. Getting a 1385 out of a completely stock Explorer, I mean, that is a fast SUV. And it's only going to get faster, so stay tuned to the channel. We're going to be tuning this thing with the Cobb Accessport, and we're going to be doing some mods and other things like that coming up. Well, that does it. We have come full circle. I left the garage this morning in a Mustang GT. I am back in the garage this evening with an Explorer ST. It's not the most exciting thing that I've ever done, going from a high performance muscle car to a SUV. The fact that this is a high performance SUV does make that pill a little bit harder to swallow, and I am actually really enjoying this car. My wife also enjoys this car, so that's a great plus. Can't fit the kiddo too well in the back of the Mustang. Anyways, that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys are ready to see a lot more Explorer ST content, as well as the VBWRX content, which is sitting over there with a stack of parts to put on. We've got lots of stuff coming for you, but make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to be notified when we put out new videos. Also, I don't know anything about wheels and tires and stuff for these cars. I'm kind of stuck. I want to do wheels and tires between 20s and 22s. Let me know in the comments. I gotta wrap this video up, so we'll catch you next time.